Hi everyone, my name is Nealay Patel. I'm a designer here at Jesse James Beads, and it is time for another fabulous wake and make. I'm pretty excited about today for many reasons. I have some beautiful new beads to show you guys that I'm super excited about. They are beautiful roses and some butterflies. I'm looking at them right now. I cannot wait to show you. They're so cool. But before we get into all that, plus our demo for today, I wanted to do a recap of last Thursday's demo. We made this fabulous little design. It's using soft flex wire and beads from the Lime Punch collection. Now check out that bead, that sequins disco ball made for a really great contrast with this dragonfly. And actually the dragonfly was a blank silver color, but we used vintage patina paints to paint the wings in to match our beads. So don't ever give up on the creativity. You can always add color to anything. Vintage paints are the perfect thing to do it with. It goes really well with this lime green tassel. So we're getting some real good spring out of this, I'd say. But we learned to crimp on the wire, really quick flat crimps, and the back part of it, as you can see, is just a nice clean clasp for this design. Beautiful. I think it's fun and easy, and trust me, you've got plenty of beads left over to make plenty more. I mean, these kits are or these collections, I should say, are rather robust in the amount of beads that they include. So check it out. A couple places you can catch our demos. First is our Facebook. So definitely turn on your notifications and you will find yours truly. I'm on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Quite a schedule that they have me on, but I love being here. You can also check out the website, www.jessejamesbeads.com. And in the video tutorial section, you'll find a ton of tutorials, all kept up to date, so you won't miss a thing, trust me. As well as YouTube. So just go to YouTube, search for Jesse James Beads, and you will find us there as well. And again, we keep everything up to date. So I am excited about today's project as well. So a real quick recap on that, and then I'll get to our little show and tell. There have been these things called Tensha beads that I have seen Sarah actually on here telling us about these. It's a clear bead, or frosted rather, but it has a decal on it that's it's all handwork that's been done, which is pretty cool. Now she's gotten to work with these, and you guys have, but I sure haven't. So I've been missing out, and I wanted to do something with these since I had them in my possession now. So I thought I would continue the soft flex wire and try and make some hoop earrings with those Tensha beads and maybe some tassels. So I'm going to flip the camera and show you guys what's on my workboard. And I want to show you these really cool rose acrylic beads, pendants, and some butterflies that I've got. So let me flip this and show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh, there we go. All right, let me just adjust that, scoot in a little closer. Okay, so for this tutorial, we kind of gave you a hint of what's to come, but we've got a couple Tensha beads, a couple tassels, some garnet colored soft flex wire, whoops, and just a couple of earring wires. So while you guys gather those, I'm actually gonna switch and show you some of these beads that I'm talking about that I really love. Those Tensha beads keep rolling around, but that's okay. Now check this out. I've got a full garden here, you guys. These are so freaking awesome. Like, they're pretty weighty, I must say, but big is in, and it's just, I think this will be so much fun to work with. So I'm going to work on some tutorial ideas for these, just because I think they're really cool and weird. And you know, I'm seeing that trend anyways of big things coming back. Not that they really went away, but I think I'm wanting to explore that personally. Look at these. Aren't those just fun? They have these little rhinestones at each petal end too. So I'm looking forward to doing something with those too. These look like they're acrylic as well in the material that they're made. So pretty robust. And I got a pink and a blue one. And then, oh, I like this black rose too, by the way. I think this will be good. I know this stuff runs out as well. And so, like, I'm thinking Day of the Dead or Halloween or something would be perfect for this rose. So I would probably, if you have the opportunity to grab a rose and save it for much later, that would be a good idea. But I love these butterflies too. Check that out. Rhinestone sparkly. There's a hole at the top and bottom, so it's easy to string through, and so adding tassels and stuff would be pretty easy and cool. I know those come in a lot of different colors, so here's just a sampling of those. So pretty. Very sparkly. So anyways, I quickly wanted to show you guys some of those new beads, and I cannot wait to do some demonstrations for you guys with those. And actually, I'm looking at this green one, and I have this necklace that we just made the other day, but I mean, even if this weren't on here and we did something with that instead, I mean, that would be so pretty. Don't you think? So just think simple, but these beads really do speak for themselves, and so you don't have to do anything super crazy. Okay, onto the demo. I don't know why this little dragonfly appeared. Oh, he came from my necklace. I'll put him back later. Alrighty. Let me scooch this back. Now, I don't really have a design in mind, so we are going to do what we love to do, or at least what I love to do with you guys, is to make it up as I go along. Because sometimes that is just the spontaneous fun of it all, right? So I know I wanted to make some hoop earrings with using this soft flex wire. And so I kind of think I want to braid it around like this maybe. And then I kind of want to hang this off of it. And then maybe that there. And then attach it all over here. So I think that's going to be the basis of my design. And so now I'm going to try and put it all together. So let's see if we can do this. If I'm going to braid the cord, I know I need quite a bit, which I've got enough to work with. But I've basically looped it around, and I'm going to give myself a little bit more wire here. And I've got some crimps out here to the side. I'm just going to use 2mm crimps. But it looks like the size was pretty good whenever I placed it on my workboard. I know it seems like I have a plan, but I really don't. But I'm just going to braid this as it's on the loop. And just kind of go back and forth between each one of these. And what it'll start to do is gather them, and it'll form a thicker cord. The more you braid it, obviously, the more tight and structural it will get. This wire is pretty soft. I will say it is 49 strand, I believe. And braiding with it will just make it even stronger and more structured. Normally it is used to string beads, but being that it is a colored wire, I definitely want to keep it exposed and really show off its color. And I like using this wire as well as our half hard wire, although this one is so much more flexible, which makes it more fun to make different and interesting shapes as we're doing this. So looks like I've got a pretty good braid going on, actually. Let's see. I'm about to finish here. Let's get that around. So cool. So as you can see, if you pinch it down, it just kind of becomes a nice little hoop. Pretty spectacular. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to grab a crimp real quick and probably just do a normal crimp with this, don't you think? Don't need to do anything crazy or whatnot. So grab that. I'm going to grab my pliers right over here. I'm just going to use my handy dandy Zoran. You guys know how much I love these. I use them all the time. I cannot tell you how handy these guys are. I mean, not only do you get to crimp in different sizes, but they have the very handy needle nose tip for grabbing things, for working with hard wire. There's all kinds of opportunities to use those. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a pair of cutters as well. I'm using my Zoran cutters, which are right over here. Now, all of these tools are available on our website, www.jessejamesbeads.com, and we are trying to make it fast, easy, fun for you guys to enjoy this wonderful craft. Hopefully we've inspired you up to this point and you will continue to make beautiful things. And I will do my job into creating new and fun ideas using these beads. All right, I am crimping that. I'm just gonna use my V-shaped notch, which as you can see is at the very bottom of the pliers. Give it a good squeeze. What that does is it separates the channels, the wire into two different channels. And from there, I'm going to turn it on its side and use the middle notch because that is the 2mm size for crimps, and just give it a good squeeze. So it does do 1mm, 2mm, and 3, as you can see that there's different size notches in there. So pretty handy, relatively inexpensive. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So now I guess I could just trim it off over here and over here. So I just made a link, but could you imagine, like, if this were part of a necklace, you could actually put beads on it and then weave it in? So there's a lot of possibilities with even just this one technique. Okie dokie. So I need to grab some scrap wire, and I think I have some laying over here. Okay. I have this piece of scrap wire that I saved for whatever reason. I hate throwing away stuff. Is that bad? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's useful in these situations, right? So I don't feel too bad. I am going to create a simple loop on one end, just like that. And I'm going to now connect my tassel, because I want my tassel to be below the Tensha bead. So let's see if this will fit through. I made my loop a little too small. So let's go back on our plier here. I am so used to making tiny loops, it's not even funny that that I do that. Okay, so let's do that, break the neck. We got a nice little loop going. I'm going to open it up. So now slide this in. Sometimes if the loop is too fine, you do have to open this up a little bit more, just because it won't want to go on that curve. Oops. There we go. And then you could just simply kind of close it back up the same way. So it's a little bit lopsided for my taste, so I think I can fix that. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now I'm just going to string this guy through. And I think I need to create a loop at the top there. And this should be enough wire to do that. I want to trim it a little bit, so let me grab my Zuron cutters and just trim off the top a little bit. Usually you want about a 1/2 inch or so of extra wire, depending on the size of your loop, of course. But I think we're going to make a slightly bigger one, just like that. Break the neck, tighten it up. It all looks good. So I'm just now going to put in a couple things. So my my hoop will go in it, as well as my earring loop. Just like that. Going to close it. And it should all be done. So fun. I like these little hoop earrings. They're so different. Awesome. Let's see how quickly I can make the second one, since I'm feeling inspired today. So again, for those of you that are just tuning in, we are going to make this hoop part by braiding this wire. Looks like I've got just enough left, which is great. I also save all of my scrap wire for soft flex, and again, you just never know when it'll come in handy. And I've got a little box that has a bunch of wire that's all tangled up, which is rather embarrassing, but definitely useful. And all I'm doing is just braiding this back and forth between the two loops to create my hoop. Here we go. And again, the more you braid it, the more strong and structured it becomes. And the better you get at braiding, right? So that looks pretty good to me. Whoops, lost my two ends there. I have a crimp here rolling around somewhere that I'm going to crimp. So now that I have my design done, it's easy to like kind of just whip this into shape real quick. So that's kind of the nice part about all this. So, all right, I'm gonna string my crimp on and put in my other wire, just like that. There we go. And while all this is loose, that's perfectly okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and crimp this real quick. Here we go. This is fun and relaxing, and I'll have a jewelry piece done by the end of this. This is pretty fun. Cool. All right, gonna trim this with my Xeron cutters, just like that. And on the other side, there we go. And voila, got my nice little ring going. So now I'll just attach everything together. I think I've got a scrap piece of wire here somewhere as well. There we go. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make a loop on this. Again, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because we tested it the first time and it was too small. So hopefully this should work. String this guy on. I love these tassels, by the way. Let us know what you think of them. I think the petal tassels are really unique. I haven't seen them before. There we go. And just fun to use. They're really different. There's my Tensha bead. I love these. I like how the color red just kind of helps the yellow pop off of it. So I think I'm okay with my wire. I don't think I need to trim it. Make a loop on there. Break the neck. There we go. So I am almost done. This is awesome. Got a little bit of jewelry making in today. It's beautiful weather outside, so I probably won't be in too long. I have some gardening to do, which I'm pretty excited about. There we go. So voila. There we go. Fun, fun. Tassel loop earrings. What a statement piece. All right, I'm going to turn this camera around and show you guys what we made. All right, hello. That was fun, wasn't it? I had a good time making that. So we made these hoop earrings using Tensha beads and these lovely little tassels. Let me grab the other one real quick. And we made it on camera live in 10 minutes or so. Whoops, drop that one. Pretty easy, pretty fun, pretty clumsy. But if you love this tutorial and you want to find more, you can find us in a couple different spots. First is the Jesse James Beads website. So check us out on www.jessejamesbeads.com in the how-to our video tutorial section, and we have a ton of fun tutorials. There are some bloopers in there, so I promise you will be entertained. You can definitely catch us on YouTube as well. So just go to YouTube, find Jesse James Beads in the search, and please subscribe to us. We have a bunch of tutorials on there too. I'm sure you will find anything and everything on there that you will love. Lastly, you can catch us on Instagram as well, so go find us and like us. And if you love me and like hearing my voice in my tutorials, you can catch me with my brand, Beads and Bubbles. This is a creative jewelry making happy hour that I do once a month, the very last Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central. And I pick out a project and I do a toast with you guys. You guys can ask questions live and I will answer them. And we just have a really good time, most importantly. All right, guys, happy Saturday. It's a beautiful day outside, so go enjoy it. And until Monday, I will see you guys. Keep it creative and fun and fabulous. All right, bye.